Good day, everybody, and welcome back to Barber Dave's Barbershop at Home. It's been a while since I've done a video, so we're going to start doing another one. There are a couple of disclaimers that I should say right out of the gate. What we're doing today is kind of a final review and tutorial for what I feel is the finest soap on the market as far as the soap base is concerned. Now, for the disclaimer, please note that Chris Lindsay of CBL Soaps and I are affiliated, along with Steve Vargo, as owners of the Shaving Cadre Forum. So you guys need to know that up front. However, that being said, I don't receive any promotional items from Chris or CBL Soaps, nor do I from any of the manufacturers that I shave with and or do I do reviews on. Why is this important? For instance, I am a brand ambassador for Sapofficcio Veracino. I have never received any soap for free from them. The reason why I don't accept soaps from people that may want me to review their soaps is I think that creates a bias. This way, I pay for it with my own money, I shave with it, and it is my opinion. Let me repeat that. It is my opinion only. Your mileage may vary on any of these techniques and on this review. I got beat up pretty bad regarding a comparison between another soap maker. And just understand, these are my opinions, but I will stand by the fact that I have been using this soap since its inception, actually since prior to its inception when it was in beta format. And I think that I'm qualified at this point, and I've shaved with it enough times to say that, in my opinion, this soap base is the absolute best on the market, period. Why do I say that? Let's get right into it. First of all, it is CBL Soaps Orion. Now, this is, I believe it comes in 3 flavors: California Sunrise, Hammam Spa, and there's one other one, and I apologize I don't have that. You can find all of Chris's items on cblsoap.com. But this is the Hammam Spa. This is my absolute favorite. Now, why is it the best? Well, let's talk about packaging. Very hard, very nice presentation, but here's the kicker. If you can see this, this is an airtight seal, and maybe you can hear it. That is unique in the soap industry. It is a very soft soap, and it does require, I will say this up front, it's not going to lather and build like any other soap you've ever used before. There is one other soap that builds exactly the same way. But other than that, you're not going to find any other soaps on the market that build this way. I've tried it both ways and can do it both ways, whether it be face lathering or whether it be bowl lathering. But what I have found, for me, personally, I like bowl lathering it better, which is odd because I never bowl lather soaps. But this one seems to work. So we're going to go into that tutorial as well. And then, of course, the final review on the overall feeling of the soap and everything else. The rest of the cast of characters today will be a Blackland Tradere DE razor with a Bolzano SuperInox blade. Again, the CBL Soaps Hammam Spa in the Orion base. We're going to finish that up with the Aftershave Tonic of the same type, CBL and Hammam Spa. And then, of course, the inspiration for this soap is Penhaligon's Savoy Steam Eau de Cologne. It's different than the Eau de Parfum. And then, of course, we'll be using the Shave Talc by Borotalco. And the brush, and this is also going to play a big point in what I think works best for Orion, is the Sorrentino BrushWorks synthetic knot. Now, do I feel that a synthetic knot works better on this soap? Yes, I do. I think it's the way it loads. So here's the soap, a very soft soap. What I do is I wet just the tips of the brush. That's it. And then I'll start swirling it. Now, it's going to be very pasty and very thick. In my opinion, this is the best way to load it. So you've got a very, thick, pasty, and then I'll dip the tips one more time, and I will get a little bit more on. And it will create a little bit of a donut for you, but it's going to get some of that cream, and it starts to cream it up a little bit, okay? Then I'll go to the bowl. Now, I have put about a teaspoon of water in the bowl. I don't know if you can see that. Now, this is my Captain's Choice bowl. Then I'll take the brush and just start building. Now, the one thing I have noticed with this soap is that you need to build it slowly. In other words, it's probably gonna require a couple of different additions of water, but I don't add the water directly to the bowl. I will dip the tips. And as you can see, it builds really easy, but you want to make sure that you add water slowly and incorporate the air with plunger type things. And I just find that this is easier. It'll build on your face. It just requires, in my opinion, a little bit more work to get it right, where in the bowl, you can get this perfect. And I don't know how long it's been, you know, 30, 45 seconds, I guess. And I find it's easier to add the soap to the brush rather than taking a scoop out, because then you end up chasing that scoop around the bottom of your bowl. And then I'll just add just a little bit more water. And it should have a very, very, almost just a real shiny, I don't know if the camera can pick that up, but a real shiny finish with no bubbles. And it's got almost the consistency of icing, you know, like the icing you build out of powdered sugar, but a little bit thinner. So once that's done, then I'll just do the normal wet the face. And I still build the lather a little bit on the face. Now I didn't get a chance to shave yesterday, so this is 2 days of growth, which will be a good test as well. And then I will just start building the lather. And really, there's not a lot to build. It's already there. But it is to me, it's the softest feeling soap on the face. The Savoy Steam is a very unique fragrance. If you've never smelt Penhaligon's Savoy Steam, you need to. It's just incredible. It's basically alcohol, towel, linen, rose, peppercorn. It basically is as if you go in to have a massage, that smell or an alcohol rub down. Now, the beauty of this is you can make this as thin or as thick as you want, but it's just super, super slick. And I find, like I said, it builds the easiest with a synthetic brush, in my opinion. Strength of scent, I would definitely give this a 4 out of 5. It stays with you. In fact, it actually grows a little bit and it evolves. But the more you do your paintbrush strokes with this soap, if you get the water right, is just absolutely incredible. It's just, it really is, in my opinion, the most amazing soap that I've ever used. And I'm not saying that because Chris and I are affiliated. In fact, if most of you go back and read some of my shootouts, for Chris gets beat up just as much as everybody else does. And after I received some crap for reviewing Chris's soap, because I made a comment that says, you know, if you want to be on the top of the list, step up your game. Well, the bottom line is Chris did. And he did it not just in this soap base, but in every one of his products. Now understand, my soap ratings have nothing to knock against other soap makers at all. They're all good soaps. But in my opinion, this base and this scent, in my opinion, is the absolute best on the market. As far as slickness, as far as glide, as far as residual slickness with and without water, there's just no match. Plus the skin properties to make your skin feel good. I mean, this soap knocks it to number 5 on every, if 5 is the top, this soap knocks it to number 5 in every single aspect. So that was 2 days of growth, and I could probably get away with this saying it's a DFS shave. But why when I have a full bowl of lather? Now, performance between the flavors is exactly the same. I've got 2 of the 3 of the Orion base, this and California Sunrise, and this just happens to be my favorite because the Savoy Steam scent is one of my absolute favorites. The one thing, as I said, and I don't even call this a knock. The only thing that's a little bit more challenging with this soap is getting the lather, or the initial load and the initial lathering. Now, it's not hard, don't get me wrong, it's not hard at all. It's just that there's more of a process, I think, to get this to absolute lather perfection. And that's starting with a fairly dry brush with the tips just moistened in water, and then loading the brush till it gets creamy, or pasty rather. And then once it gets pasty, dip the tips with the soap on it one more time, and then go back to the tub and load some more. That addition of that liquid will emulsify and cream the initial upset that you did to the top of the soap. And that will start sticking and going down into your soap, or into your brush rather. Once that happens, you can take that right to the bowl and start building and adding water. Again, the same way, just by dipping the tips. If you're going to go to your face, the same way. And what's amazing about this soap is that as you get closer and closer to BBS, this soap gets slicker. There is no need to use any additional soap for cleanup, and that would be with a DE or a straight, in my opinion. But I found that bowl lathering, as I said earlier, I think is the easiest way to get this soap perfect. Depending on whether you want it thick or thinner, depending on whether you're, shaving with a straight or with a DE. But the face feel after each pass gets better. I've said this before about Saporificio Veracino, and I've said this about my favorite, one of my favorites from them is 70th anniversary, that it makes your face feel alive. This is actually another notch above that. And for me to say that is pretty big deal. The only thing I say you have to be careful about is this soap is so slick that if you're using a straight, well, even if you're using a DE, make sure that your hands, you have some alum sticking around or something, or make sure your hands can grip the razor, because it will slip. This is a soap, and I know, and there's a few that I could do this with. Panna Crema Nuavia, Saporificio Veracino, Ethos. I could shave with just this soap forever and be completely happy. And for those of you that know me, that know how many soaps I have and how much variety I like, that's another tall statement to say that I would never look at another soap again. Chris's stuff is just that good. And as I said, I'll say it again because some people may not listen. Chris and I are affiliated, but not in the soap business, but in the fact that we are partners along with C. Vargo in the Shaving Cadre Forum. But that's where that affiliation ends. We are also good friends. However, I am a retail customer of Chris's just like anybody else. And so forth. So, for instance, I have not put any additional water on. The soap is incredibly slick, so you can literally, and the Tradere, or the Tradere rather, is a very a pretty aggressive razor. And you can do your J-hooks, you can do your buffing, you can do pretty much everything without any additional water at all. In fact, you can even do your fool's pass with a DE or a straight with no problem. But if you add water to it, literally it just glides. I mean, it's like if you were to put butter on your face. Just tremendous stuff. And the scent, the strength of scent really increases, I believe. And so by the time you're done with your shave, it's evolved through most of the fragrance notes, but it's still strong enough. Now, at this point, you can do one of two things. You can use the Apothecary shave oil that is in this same fragrance with Orion, which is great if you use it on a regular basis for your face. I use it probably once a month because I really don't have any issues with my face being dry, and I want to save it. Alum showed nothing, and it just really makes your face feel just tremendous. So let's recap the soap. I've kind of showed you how to do it on a bowl. As far as bowl lathering, I face lathered it before. But as far as price, 5 out of 5. As far as container, 7 out of 5. With the fact that it does have that air release, I think it's just a fantastic concept. Design, pet presentation, 5 out of 5. Lathering performance, I will give it a 5 out of 5, but with a asterisk that says that you need to get to know what is the best way for you to lather this, whether that be in the bowl, whether that be on your face. For me, the bowl lathering works better by taking a synthetic brush, another important factor, and adding just small drops of, or just adding the tips being drenched a little bit, and then adding slowly but surely tips. We'll go back, tips, go back, and then you'll build a perfect lather, and that's what I'm saying. As far as latherability, 5 out of 5, once again with that star. The lather content and the consistency of the lather, the thickness of the lather, the density of the lather, 7 out of 5. As far as on the face, the face feel, 5 out of 5. The performance, glide, cushion, slickness, 10 out of 5. The strength of scent, 4.5 to 5 out of 5, I guess. So overall, and the post-shave, 5 out of 5 to 10 out of 5. You don't need water for the residual thickness. However, the residual thickness makes it better. It rinses clean. Your face feels wonderful. You could literally not put anything on your face and be fine. So it's that good. So that's why CBL Orion is absolutely, in my opinion, the best soap on the market, and I've got 500 soaps in there to prove that. So, like I said, you can get all of this on cblsoap.com, and you can ask Chris any questions on our forum, the TSC at www.theshavingcadre. Okay, so we're going to use the Aftershave Tonic, same scent. This is more of an aftershave milk, and it's very good for the skin, very nourishing. Wonderful scent. It really does. It feels like you just came out of a spa. It emulsifies very fast on the face. You don't have to use a lot, you know, a couple of drops, but, you know, if you want to use more, why not? And as you can see, as far as the amount of lather left over, there's a ton. And that's not by loading it very long at all. So we use the Borotalco Talcum today, because we don't want to ruin that beautiful fragrance we have with the Hammam Spa. So hopefully, on another point, as you watch this, everybody go to Penhaligon's and tell them to bring back the Savoy Steam and the Eau de Cologne. They have the Eau de Parfum that has become kind of a unisex scent, but it's a little bit sweeter, I think, and it doesn't have that that spa. Plus, the Eau de Cologne came in a monstrous bottle. You can still get it on the secondary market, but it's a little tougher to find. And I should say also that both the aftershave tonic and I believe the soap, I may be wrong about this, has a little bit of the cooling agent. It's not menthol, but your face just feels just tremendous. Okay, so we'll go ahead and put the Eau de Cologne on. Now this pours out like a sieve, so you have to be a little careful. And what I'll do is I'll actually use the stopper because it's easier that way. And then off camera, I'll drench myself in it, of course. So, okay, that's it, folks. Thank you for joining us for our review and tutorial on CBL Soaps Orion. Check it out. Please come visit us at the Shaving Cadre, www.theshavingcadre.com. I've been your host, Barber Dave. Thanks for showing up at Barber Dave's Barbershop at Home. We'll see you again real soon.